Hi, I'm Elowen. At 32, I'm the youngest department chair of English at Riverside University, and tomorrow my sister Beth graduates. Funny how life works out. The stupid one ended up with a PhD and running an entire department. Dr. Turner, the ceremony preparations are complete. We've arranged the platform exactly as requested. Thanks, Rachel. Make sure there's water for all the speakers. I smile at my student assistant while reviewing the graduation setup. 10 years ago, I was sitting where these students would be tomorrow, despite everything my parents did to convince me I didn't belong here. You're never going to make it in college, Elowen. Just work at the mall like your friends. My mom's voice still echoes in my head from that day when I got my acceptance letter. Beth is our academic star. You should be proud to have such a brilliant sister. Yeah, Beth was their golden child. Every A she got was celebrated, while my achievements were dismissed as flukes. Must have been an easy test, they'd say when I brought home perfect scores. The constant comparisons, the subtle digs, the way they'd interrupt me to praise Beth's latest accomplishment. Professor, your sister's graduation speech draft just arrived for review. Rachel hands me the envelope. Remember when you helped me with my college applications? Beth's voice from last week's coffee meetup rings in my ears. You stayed up all night fixing my essays while Mom and Dad were busy telling everyone I did it all myself. A knock at my office door pulls me from the memory. Come in. Elowen, got a minute? Professor Carter pokes his head in, that same warm smile that gave me hope during my freshman year. Just wanted to check on you before tomorrow's big day. James, you're a sight for sane eyes. Mom called this morning to remind me not to overshadow Beth's moment with my position of authority. Still the same Diana and Marcus Turner I see. He settles into the chair across from my desk. Remember what I told you your first semester? Intelligence isn't measured by other people's opinions of you. Those words kept me going when they tried to convince me to drop out. You were my brightest student, Elowen. Now look at you, department chair, published author, mentor to countless students, including Beth, though our parents don't know that yet. I shuffle through the graduation preparations, double-checking everything. They still think she did it all on her own, just like they believe she wrote her own graduation speech. Speaking of which, have you read it yet? Not yet. Just got it. I tap the envelope on my desk. Though knowing Beth, she probably threw in some surprises. She's not their perfect puppet anymore. Whatever happens tomorrow, you've already won, Elowen. Your success is the best revenge. Looking at the graduation setup through my office window, I can't help but smile. Tomorrow, everything changes. Beth's graduation speech sits unopened on my desk like a time bomb, and for once, I'm actually looking forward to a family event. The graduation hall buzzes with excitement as families file in. I adjust my academic robes on the platform when I spot them, Marcus and Diana Turner making their grand entrance. Oh, you're already here. We thought the faculty gathered later. Mom barely glances my way, straightening Beth's graduation gown. Stand up straighter, sweetie. Everyone's watching the valedictorian. Actually, all faculty members need to be here early to organize the ceremony. I force a polite smile. Well, isn't that nice? Beth, honey, remember to thank Professor Anderson in your speech. He's been such a wonderful mentor. But Mom, Professor Anderson only taught one of my classes. Now, Beth, we discussed this. He's highly respected in the academic community. I catch Beth's eye and give her a subtle wink. She's fighting back a smile as Dean Mitchell approaches our little family cluster. Dr. Turner, everything's ready for the ceremony. Beth, your speech is set as the highlight of the program. Doctor? Since when do department assistants get called doctor? Dad scoffs. I'm the department chair, actually. Sarah, there you are. Mom completely ignores my correction, turning to the dean. We were just telling Beth how proud we are. She did everything completely on her own, you know. Natural talent. The ceremony begins, and I settle into my seat on the platform. Beth steps up to the podium, her hands steady as she adjusts the microphone. When people ask me how I achieved academic success, they usually expect a simple answer. They want to hear about natural talent or hard work. But my story is about someone who believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. My sister, Dr. Elowyn Turner. The audience murmurs. Mom drops her program. While our parents celebrated my every achievement, they missed seeing who really deserved the credit. Elowyn stayed up countless nights helping me with papers, explaining complex theories, and teaching me how to think critically. She wasn't just my sister. She was my mentor, my guide, and the reason I'm standing here today. This is completely inappropriate. Dad stands up, but Dean Mitchell quietly motions for security to stay alert. When I struggled with my thesis, it wasn't my assigned advisor who helped me break through. It was Elowyn. When I doubted my abilities, she reminded me of my strength. Every academic achievement our parents proudly claimed as proof of my natural talent was actually a testament to my sister's dedication and brilliance. She must have forced Beth to say this. Mom's whisper carries in the stunned silence. So today, I want to publicly thank the person who shaped not just my academic journey, but my character. Dr. Elowyn Turner, my sister, my mentor, my hero. The hall erupts in applause. Rachel Wong from the university paper is already scribbling notes, her eyes darting between me and my shell-shocked parents. Beth holds my gaze, tears streaming down her face. But she's smiling. Really smiling. This is a disaster. Mom grabs her purse. We need to talk to the dean immediately. Our daughter's been manipulated. Actually, Rachel steps forward with her press badge visible. I'd love to hear more about Dr. Turner's mentorship program. Would you both care to comment on your daughter's speech? Rising Star's Secret Mentor, The Truth Behind Academic Success. Quite a headline, isn't it? Rachel slides the university paper across my desk. The online version's gone viral in academic circles. She manipulated Beth. Our youngest would never betray us like this. Mom's shrill voice echoes through the administrative hallway. They've been at the dean's office all morning. I have every email. Beth drops a thick folder on Dean Mitchell's desk. Every late-night text message, every study session, plus my old journals documenting how they pitted us against each other. Look at these messages. Dean Mitchell hands me a printed email chain. Your parents contacted every department head in the state, claiming you coerced Beth into the speech. Classic move. I scan the emails, recognizing the manipulation tactics. Notice how they always start with "as concerned parents" before the character assassination begins? They called me too. Professor Carter walks in, tablet in hand. Wanted me to sign a statement claiming you were an unstable student. Instead, I brought every paper you wrote in my class, plus documentation of the times your parents tried to get you dropped from the honors program. What do you mean, tried to get her dropped? Beth leans forward. Remember when I suddenly lost my scholarship junior year? Turns out it wasn't a computer error. They did that to you? But they told me you just couldn't handle the workload. Dr. Turner, your sister's graduation speech transcript has been requested by 3 major education journals. Rachel checks her phone. They want to discuss the impact of hidden mentorship in academia. This is ridiculous, Dad bursts in. We've donated significant amounts to this university. Are you really going to let this smear campaign continue? Actually, Marcus, we've been reviewing those donations. Dean Mitchell pulls out another file. Interesting how they always coincided with attempts to interfere with Elowyn's academic progress. I found my old phone. Beth unlocks it, playing a voice message. Mom's voice fills the room. Of course you're smarter than your sister, sweetie. Just look at how she struggled to get where she is. You're naturally gifted. Everything comes easy to you because you're special. There's more. Professor Carter turns his tablet around. Emails from other faculty about your parents' attempts to undermine Elowyn's department chair appointment. You really thought you could discredit me with the same old tactics? I stand up, facing them directly. Every time you tried to tear me down, you left evidence. Every manipulation, every lie, every attempt to pit Beth against me. It's all documented. The Board of Trustees is very interested in this situation. Dean Mitchell closes her laptop. Especially given your recent promises of donations in exchange for reviewing Dr. Turner's position. All I ever wanted was your approval. Beth's voice shakes. But Elowyn gave me something better. She taught me to approve of myself. The education community is watching this story closely. Rachel makes another note. Any comment on why you consistently undermined your eldest daughter's academic career while taking credit for your youngest's success? Mom grabs her designer bag, hands trembling. We're calling our lawyer. Please do. Dean Mitchell smiles. I'm sure they'll be very interested in reviewing all this documentation. 3 more universities have canceled their speaking engagements with them? Beth scrolls through her phone as we share lunch in my office. Apparently, nobody wants education experts who sabotaged their own daughter's education. Did you see their latest social media post? Still trying to spin it as a misunderstanding? I pull up the message. Though the comments section isn't buying it. Dr. Turner, you need to see this. Rachel rushes in, waving a press release. The State Education Board is reviewing every institution where your parents held positions. They're investigating all student evaluations under their influence. Good afternoon, everyone. Dean Mitchell enters with Professor Carter. Elowen, we've just finished the board meeting. The trustees have unanimously approved the Turner Mentorship Scholarship in your name. Wait, what? A full-ride scholarship focusing on hidden mentorship in academia. Beth's speech sparked a nationwide conversation about unacknowledged academic support. Speaking of which, Beth grins. Mom and Dad are here. Security just called up. Perfect timing. Rachel, ready with that press statement? Are you really going through with this publicity stunt? Mom storms in, looking less polished than usual. Dad follows, his former confidence notably absent. Honey, maybe we should just... No, Marcus. We've lost 3 consulting contracts this week. Our reputation... The reputation you built by taking credit for others' achievements? I stand up, keeping my voice steady. Or the one you maintained by pushing me down? We gave you everything. We supported... Actually, I have the receipts right here. Beth opens a folder. Every time you canceled Elowen's tutoring because it might make me feel bad about needing help. Every time you took my achievements and ignored how she helped me reach them. The university is hosting a symposium next month. Dean Mitchell hands them an invitation. Topic: Hidden Heroes in Academic Achievement. Dr. Elowen Turner is our keynote speaker. You can't just... Actually, they can. Professor Carter steps forward. Your attempts to control the narrative stopped working the moment Beth told her truth. Now, would you like to make a statement about your daughter's success? Or should we quote your previous emails claiming she wasn't university material? Fine. Dad slumps into a chair. You've won, Elowen. You proved us wrong. Is that what you wanted to hear? No. What I wanted was parents who supported both their daughters. What I got instead was the strength to succeed despite you. The scholarship committee needs a quote from you both. Rachel holds up her recorder. About your daughter, the department chair, creating opportunities for students like you, tried to deny her. Mom looks at Dad, their carefully constructed world crumbling. Dr. Turner had the highest student success rate last semester. Dean Mitchell checks her notes. Quite an achievement for someone you claimed would never understand academia. You know what the best revenge is? Watching you realize that every time you called her stupid, you just proved how wrong you were about everything. The scholarship announcement goes live tomorrow. Rachel checks her watch. Should I quote you as unavailable for comment or proud parents finally acknowledging their daughter's impact on academic excellence? Mom and Dad exchange defeated looks. Their carefully crafted academic reputation lies in shambles, while the daughter they dismissed stands triumphant, her success now permanently encoded in a scholarship bearing our name. What would you have done if you were Elowen? Expose your parents' abuse publicly like Beth did in her graduation speech, or keep the family's dark secrets private? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever experienced someone taking credit for your achievements? Share your story and how you handled it. Remember, sometimes the best revenge isn't just success. It's having proof that exposes those who tried to tear you down. If you enjoyed this story of justice served, hit that like button and subscribe for more compelling revenge stories that show karma always comes around.